Hello everyone, I'm Nازنین افشین, a human rights activist and member of Iranian Justice Collective. Thank you so much, Dr. Hosseini, for inviting me to speak and for organizing around the importance and impact of the Woman Life Freedom movement. I wish I could be there with you back in Italy. I threw a coin there many years ago in the Trevi Fountain, and so I'm sure it will happen, and this time with my 3 kids. In exactly 1 week, we mark the death of Mahsa Jina Amini, who was killed at the hands of the regime's morality police. While she sparked a full revolution that comprised of Iranians from all across the country and socioeconomic classes, young and old, rich and poor, teachers, workers, and students, persecuted ethnic groups and religious minorities, we must not lose sight of the key element and driving force of this revolution, which are its women. The women and girls whom over 44 years have been treated worse than second-class citizens, their value worth half of a man under the law. They dared risk their safety and lives to have a chance at equality and freedom. And they did. They took great risks and braved the streets, took bullets to their bodies. Suppression forces were actually being specifically told to target their eyes, breasts, and genitals. They were imprisoned, sexually ridiculed, assaulted, and raped in prisons. They faced sentences of torture, lashes to their back, solitary confinement, and charges that carry the death sentence. They were separated from their children, their families were harassed, and yet they said that they would do it again. Those that lost an eye said it with a smile. They are proud of their courage and determination because they want a brighter future for their daughters. They don't want their girls to face the discrimination they faced and grow up in a gender apartheid state. I am part of a group of Iranian women activists that have called the Islamic Republic of Iran for what it is, a gender apartheid state. And we ask you to join our campaign. Spread the word loudly and often so that the world understands what it means to live under apartheid. As of now, apartheid only applies to race, as made famous by the South African model under Nelson Mandela. But we would like to expand the definition of apartheid to include gender, so men and women are not segregated in universities, so women can ride bicycles, enter sports stadiums, choose whatever profession they want, travel without permission from their husbands or fathers. By expanding the definition to include gender allows us a mechanism to prosecute those responsible of the crime of apartheid in domestic and international tribunals. Since the launch of the campaign on March 8th, every independent UN human rights expert and UN working group has now said that gender apartheid should be a crime under international law. We want countries around the world to incorporate gender apartheid into their domestic laws and allow for perpetrators of gender apartheid anywhere it happens in the world to be prosecuted in their courts. Please visit our website endgenderapartheid.today to learn more, sign our petition, and get involved. There's a photo sharing tool where you can show your support on social media by uploading your photo with a message that we need to end gender apartheid. Many think, well, what will that do? What will that really do? I can tell you that it is because of people believing something can be done and took the time to share what matters that we have been able to make inroads in the Women Life Freedom movement. With pressure, we were able to get the UN to hold a special session to investigate its human rights abuses in Iran. This was unprecedented. We were able to get the Islamic Republic of Iran kicked off of the UN's Commission for the Status of Women. That was also unprecedented. We were able to get the European Parliament to vote in favor of listing the IRGC on the terrorist list, and we will continue to pressure Josep Borrell to get the European Council to enforce this. Instead of regime officials being invited to international fora like the World Economic Forum and the Munich Security Conference, for the first time they were inviting prominent Iranian civil activists instead. So we can do this. Drop by drop, we can create an ocean of change and put out the fires of injustice in Iran and the rest of the world. Because let's just remember, if we're able to make these changes in Iran, it will have a domino effect on neighboring countries like Afghanistan, who also live under a gender apartheid state. Zan, Zendegi, Azadi. Woman, life, freedom.